So I went to yoga tonight at like from 5:30 to 6:30. And by the time I got home, it was 7. And by the time I showered and got cleaned up and ate the dinners, I think I was eating dinner like around 8:45, 9 o'clock tonight. So it's now almost 10, and I'm doing this thing for tomorrow, for Tuesday, February 6th. But if you're seeing this on like Wednesday, February 7th, or Thursday, February 8th, whenever you find it, it's for you, right? That's just the way it is. Whenever you find it, it's for you. And so if you found this on the 10th, or you find this on March 1st, or you find this in May 2nd, right? Whatever the day is, and you find it, this is for you for that particular day because you found it. What's the other thing I'm going to say? I bumped into a doctor today. He asked me what his dream meant. He looked at me and goes, "Do you do dream interpretation too?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do." And he's like, "I had a really wacky dream last night and it really kind of scared me." And I was like, "Okay." And he told me his dream. And I was like, "Yeah, that's not scary at all. I just think your subconscious is trying to ask you to pay attention to like all of your decisions." He had a dream where he had a problem with his foot and he was afraid his foot was going to get cut off. And I was like, no, just are you like on the path, the big life path, right? So it was so totally super fun that he came to me and said, "I had a dream that scared me." And I was like, no need to be scared. Just let's figure out what path you're on and if you're on the right path for you. So that was a really good moment today. That was like probably the best moment today. That was probably the high. Low might have been yoga. I hadn't been in like a month, so it's what you get for, not going for a month. Okay, so here we go. Also, I'm thinking about formatting on how to do this. It'll probably change up at some point, maybe make it less time consuming for all of you to watch me type, because the watching me type is annoying to me, so I can't even imagine how annoying it must be for you. And the funny thing is I don't actually need to do automatic writing to channel. I don't, but automatic writing is a really good way for people who don't know how to tap into spirit, And then when you get really good at automatic writing, you no longer need the crutch of the automatic writing. It just comes to you. So there's that teaching bit about automatic writing. So what do we all, as a collective, what do we all need to know today? Okay, I get it. Yes. Okay. I will schedule that in. I will schedule that in. I don't know when, but I will schedule that in. We will make it work. Okay. What does the collective? Heartbreak is rampant at this moment. Single Awareness Day, as you used to call it, Kim, is coming. And there are many people who are struggling with their hearts and their relationships. There are a number of people who are in relationships that needed to end 2 years ago, if not longer, that the pandemic was supposed to wake them up out of, but they chose not to listen, to hear, to notice, to wake the F up. Okay. Now the time is now. Do the work. Make the changes. Ask that person out. or get the F out of the situation that is caustic and toxic and needs to end. There are so many in the collective that, I'm leaving it, made choices, that made choices that weren't for their benefit at the time and then stayed. Oh, I kind of think of my dad when I think of that, like, even long after they knew what they were in wasn't the best for them. You can't find better. You can't open the doors for greatness while holding on to I'm going to spell this wrong, mediocrity. Oh, I spelled it right. You can't find better. You can't open the doors of greatness while holding on to mediocrity. You have to release the old to allow space to heal and time to create the avenues to bring in what will be beautiful and miraculous. There is work to do. I'm leaving it. Oops. You can't find better. You can't open the doors of greatness while holding on to mediocrity. You have to release the old to allow space to heal and time to create the avenues to bring in what will be beautiful and miraculous. There is work to do. Please do it. Please. For your betterment and for those around you. If you are blissfully single, like Kim, I don't know if I could say, crazy people. Okay. You can't find better. You can't open doors of greatness while holding on to mediocrity. You have to release the old to allow space to heal, and time to create the avenues to bring in what will be beautiful and miraculous. There is work to do. Please do it, please, for your betterment and for those around you. If you are blissfully single like Kim, you are. You do so much because you are single. You run away for a week at a silent retreat, fly to Abu Dhabi for a month. These things you couldn't do if you were with someone. Blissfully single. Be aware that relationships bring change and depth. There is a giant learning process that happens when you are in a relationship. It doesn't necessarily happen when you are single. Kim, for you and all of those who've been doing the massive amount of work you have been doing, know that the time is coming when there will be a shift, and the singleness you love will shift into a relationship that will change you, create growth, depth of character and insight, empathy even. It will happen suddenly, and when you find your real contentment, something you are pressing in. Oh, I read that. It will happen suddenly, and when you find your real contentment, something you are pressing into every day, Kim. Oops. Continue to press into the practice of release and allow. We know this is one of the hardest things for you to do, but it's the practice that will bring the greatest reward. So there you go. I don't know how long this has been. I feel like I've been at this for a while, and there's lots and lots of silence, so I may throw some music in there. Again, I'm going to have to think about how I do this and how this works, because in all honesty, it's just weird to watch me type. But this is what automatic writing is, right? It's just the practice of sitting down and asking the question and seeing what shows up and what guidance is out there from spirit to you. Because in all honesty, I think relationships are up for everybody right now. And how we do relationships, I think it's something that kind of comes up in the ending of the winter, moving into the spring. This is about the time all the animals are out there figuring out who their mate's going to be, right? Animals get born in a couple of months. So this is the time the animals are figuring things out. And I know Valentine's Day is like a Hallmark holiday, but one has to make the case that most of the holidays are. In all honesty, we make them bigger because we get family together for some of them. But in all honesty, every holiday is contrived for one reason or another for particular reasons. And, whether that's people need to lift their spirits or people need just to get together to have fun, right? I think Valentine's Day, there's a reason it's called a Hallmark holiday, but the truth is I like pink hearts. I love roses. And there was a while there, especially during the pandemic, I was buying myself 2 dozen roses every other week. It turned into a dozen roses every week, so that I had some that were coming in and some that were going out all the time. And I think it's also how do you love yourself too? Right? How do you show yourself love? Maybe that'll be the February 14th question. How do you show yourself love? All right. So I'm going to put myself to bed, and I hope you all enjoy this tomorrow when you see it, because hopefully you all are in bed too, considering that it says 22:11 on my computer screen right now, but that's, that just means it's 10:11. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a good night. How do I end this?